This is Al Otero with the Global Trade Chamber. Welcome. Welcome to the GTC Live Studio, where we introduce you to tremendous people, important topics, webinars, and much more. And today is no exception. We have a very important and interesting topic to discuss with you and give you a little bit of information. And it is, we're going to discuss today about the importance of crude oil and oil in today's economy and society. So we're going to go over through a presentation and talk about some of the key points about crude oil, how it impacts your daily lives, how it impacts economies and opportunities in crude oil. So I'm going to start with the presentation, and then we're going to go through it together. You will have access to this presentation in the future to reference any questions that you may have. So welcome. Okay, this presentation is made possible by one of our members it's called Destination International Trading LLC. It's an oil and gas brokerage, and you learn a little bit more about what that means to you. So first things that we're going to talk about is imagine civilization without oil. It is really something that people don't think about. They really take it for granted. What a huge role oil plays in society in our daily lives. Because everybody's talking about alternative fuels. They're talking about electricity, electric cars, electric power. But the reality is that it's impossible to imagine modern industrial civilization without oil. Crude oil and pure petroleum products are among the most widely used and sold in the world. The petroleum industry is involved in the testing, production, refining, and marketing of these products. Today, oil remains the world's largest source of energy. Many people think that it's other things as well, but it is not. You have wind power, many other things, but it is still oil is the largest source of energy on the planet. It's even bigger than coal, natural gas, and this organization is here to provide crude oil business where we operate as crude oil promoters with crude oil suppliers. Consumer authorities, crude oil suppliers, and suppliers authorities are the ones that are responsible for buying and selling crude oil and also using it in the municipalities. Oil is the lifeblood of the industrialized nations. We have to realize that it drives most of the things that we do. It's become the world's most important source of energy since the mid-50s, and that's still the fact. It's not. It has decreased, but not much. Its products affect in many areas of modern society, mainly supplying energy to power industry, heats homes, and provides fuel for vehicles and airplanes to carry goods and people all over the world. Crude oil is a liquid fossil fuel that is also a base for over 6,000 products. Imagine, crude oil is used to manufacture over 6,000 products in society. So you can imagine the importance of crude oil not only to transportation and heating, but also to make certain products that are based on crude oil. Very important part of our society, crude oil. It's also known as black gold because people buy and sell and trade crude oil all over the world. And it's known as black gold because its main source of products, such as petroleum, petrodiesel, coal, paraffin, coke, and countless others. These minerals are needed daily. We know we require oil to transport our cars. Most transactions in the industry are handled by what is called a promoter. A promoter is like a broker. They spend time and money trying to find deals and finding committed real buyers and sellers in the crude oil business. It's a commodity. The promoter acts as a liaison between the buyer and the seller. That's very important because the buyers don't know where to find sellers always or who to trust, and the sellers are always looking for buyers, whether it's a company, whether it's a country, or a municipality that's looking for crude oil. So it's a very important part of the industry is promoters. They work with vendors and have been building relationships really with people that produce and refine crude oil and also are ready to deliver because if they're not ready to deliver when you need it, that's going to be a serious problem for your company. They don't ask for any prepayment or forest removal product. So make sure that you're on the right track when you're looking for somebody to help you buy or sell crude oil or refineries. We may request proof sometimes that the consumer has the financial ability to pay for the product before successful agreement can be made. So they don't do anything else except that they will verify the ability, financial ability of a buyer to pay for the oil when it is delivered. What is crude oil? And most of us use it in so many areas all the time, but we don't understand what it is. Crude oil is a naturally occurring unrefined petroleum product composed of hydrocarbon deposits and other organic materials, a type of fossil fuel, really. Crude oil can be refined to produce usable products such as gasoline, diesel, and various other forms of petrochemicals. It is a non renewable source. This is so important to understand. That's why there's such a major push to find alternatives to crude oil because crude oil's going to run out. They will be replaced naturally at the rate we consume it. It is a limited resource. So we think that we can just keep driving gas powered cars, but eventually it is a limited resource and the demand keeps going up, but there's not no more being produced. So it's very important that we do have major initiatives at all levels around the world to replace crude oil as a source of power and even the ingredient of some of the products that we use every day. So it is a limited resource and it's non-renewable. Crude oil is typically obtained through drilling. As you know, you see the TV shows and you see the news that they want to drill off the shore of Massachusetts or Florida. So that is the main way of getting crude oil is drilling. And that sometimes becomes an environmental problem. It is usually found alongside other resources such as natural gas, which is lighter and sits above the crude oil, and salty water, which is denser and sinks below. It is then refined and then processed into a variety of forms, such as gasoline, that we're very familiar with for our cars, because still majority of the cars are gasoline powered. Kerosene for many things that we use in business and at home, and asphalt, which you know is used for construction, highways, etc. And it's also sold to consumers in many other ways, either in products or other things that we buy. It is a raw natural resource that's extracted from the earth and then it is refined into products such as jet fuel, which is very important because Um, a lot of the things that we do require flying in an airplane and other petroleum products. It is a global commodity that trades in markets around the world, both as a spot oil and via derivatives contracts. There's a number of ways to uh, trade commodities and invest in this huge potential in trading in the crude oil commodities. Many economists agree today that crude oil was and remains the single most important commodity in the world as it is the primary source of energy production worldwide. Just keep that in mind that we still depend greatly on crude oil as the main source of energy production around the globe, home and business. So that is a very important thing to understand that it is something that we need to consider every time we use it. If we're driving and wasting gas all the time, it's just going to deplete it faster. So we need to be very conservative when we use crude oil. There's always news, there's always information in the media regarding the production numbers of crude oil. Uh, Companies measure oil production in barrels, as you hear. One barrel usually abbreviates as BBL and is equal to 42 US gallons. So remember, when they say production has increased by 1,000 barrels, each barrel is 42 gallons US of crude oil. Companies often describe production in terms of BBL per day or BBL per quarter. So that's barrels per day produced or barrels per quarter produced. A common way in the oil industry to use as a prefix, uh, M indicates 1,000 barrels, and a prefix of MM indicates 1 million barrels. So 1,000 barrels, commonly denoted as MBBL, so that means 1,000 barrels of common oil. And 1 million barrels are denoted as MMBBL. So remember those terms because that's how you, when you hear the news, this is how many barrels were produced or were cut, and that affects how much we pay at the pump because it's all based on production and availability. So you understand what 1 barrel means when it comes to production. And companies report production of 7 MBBL per day means 7,000 barrels per day. So when you see 7 MBBLs per day as production, it is 7,000 barrels per day. Each barrel is 42 US gallons. And that goes up and down, and this has a direct impact on the oil that we um, get at the pump, how much we pay for it. And some of the products that come from oil also go up and down based on the production or lack of production. The oil industry is broken down into 3 segments: upstream, midstream, and downstream. So these are things that are good to understand. Upstream or exploration and production, EP companies, they find reservoirs and drill oil and gas wells. So these are the people that work upstream in the oil industry, and those are the companies out there looking to find pockets of oil in different parts of the globe and then drilling to get them. And midstream are responsible for the transportation from the wells where they got the oil wells, to refineries, and downstream companies are responsible for refining and the sale of the finished product. So, if somebody is involved in exploration or and production, that is called upstream in the industry. if somebody takes that oil, transports it from the oil well to the refiner, that is a midstream company, midstream, and companies that are going to refine it and then make it available for sale as the finished product. Those companies are called downstream. Drilling companies contract their services to EP companies to extract oil and gas. Well servicing companies conduct related construction and maintenance activity on well sites. So there's a lot of players involved in the oil industry, from the gas companies to the people that look for the oil, to the people that uh, refine the oil, to the people that build the massive structures that you see on TV, to dig for the oil, to drill for the oil and pull it up. And that, as you know, is a very dangerous job. The oil and gas industry is one of the largest sectors in the world in terms of dollar value, generating an estimated 3.3 trillion. Imagine the oil industry alone generates an estimated 3.3 trillion in revenue, not sales, in revenue every year. It is crucial to the global economic framework, especially for its largest producers, which are the United States, Saudi Arabia, Russia, Canada, and China. So those are the five top oil producing countries in the world. And between all of them, they generate an estimated 3.3 trillion in revenue annually in the oil industry. The oil and gas industry has been, it's in the mid 50s, really become the main source of energy products for our daily lives. So that has not changed dramatically. Uh, there's another exciting thing about crude oil, and that is trading in crude oil and how to make a profit in crude oil trading. As we know, you can invest in the commodities, rice, sugar, but crude oil is one of the most profitable and has the biggest potential. It offers excellent opportunities to profit in nearly all market conditions due to its unique standing with the world's economic and political systems. So, crude oil is always needed. There are some things that people don't need as much in commodities, or they can do without for a period of time. But if we don't have crude oil, really, most of the economies would stop in the world because a lot of our transportation is dependent on crude oil. So our cars would stop. All the trucks that transport our food, everything around the world to get into our houses, it'd be stopped. And obviously, uh, air transportation would stop. So it is an extremely important part of the world economy, crude oil, to keep us moving. And it is very important for people that invest and are looking for new opportunities to invest in stock market or even day trading as a commodity is probably one of the best right now in the world to invest in. Now, crude oil trading offers great opportunities for profit in nearly all market conditions anywhere in the world due to its unique standing, as I said earlier, with the world economic political systems. Also, energy sector volatility has risen sharply in recent years, ensuring strong trends can produce consistent returns for short-term swing trades and long-term timing strategies. So, working on this incredible platform, it is very important that you understand that if you do your homework, if you understand it, you can make short-term gains in oil trading, but also long-term, because The market is pretty easy to follow, and you have to understand all the characteristics in the market and investing in crude oil and all the hidden pitfalls. So you need experts to guide you through the process. But if this is something that you're interested in, it's a great opportunity. Our host for this webinar is Destination International Trading LLC Oil and Gas. They are a broker promoter firm that works with oil marketeers and major independent petroleum producers. They find buyers for crude oil refineries, and also connect them to sellers. So the producers and the marketeers of oil and oil products to buyers and end users are managed by Destination International Trading LLC and Gas. The mission of the company is to bring together buyer and seller to accomplish successful deals at the same time, develop solid relationships between buyers and sellers. They work with the utmost integrity and ethical standards. They have access to a large network of oil buyers and sellers around the world in the oil industry to sell faster or to assist with the purchase and sale of crude oil and oil refineries. And this is a major market. So unless you understand and you have the connections to work in this market, it's very hard. They offer a competitive advantage because they have the flexibility, the speed and technology the customers need and expect. Very important. With their vast knowledge of transforming market intelligence into market capitalization in the oil industry, and their global integration means they can work with existing and new raw streams in any part of the world. So they can help find great production opportunities and also connect them to qualified buyers. Because if the buyer is not able to pay for the oil, obviously it's not a good thing. They're creating a new oil trading network. They are in direct contact with oil refineries, which is very important. They have access to 7 vendors as well as 5 vendor authorities directly. They're constantly looking to establish new contacts with merchant authorities, buyers, and consumer authorities directly. For more information on crude oil buying, selling, or trading, please contact Kavis McCullough. He is the manager of DIT LLC and OGB based out of Florida, USA, serving as a professional broker promoted to clients ethically and for the benefit of the client with knowledge and a network of buyers and sellers. The Global Trade Chamber does have a network of people around the globe in government and many other areas where they are looking to buy commodities and they don't always know who to contact or trust, whether it's a city, a municipality, a big corporation, or a country. This is the place that they need to contact to get more information and try to find people that are going to help them with the products that they need to run their economies. So the contact information is Kavis McCullough. Phone number is in USA 754-214-5004. This information will also be available on a YouTube channel for the video. And the email is klmcculla@gmail.com. And the address is 10001 West Oakland Park Boulevard, Suite 302, Sunrise, Florida, 33351 here in the United States. So I advise you to keep in touch with them, get in touch with them to understand what's going on with the oil. If you're involved in other natural resources, energy sources, it's good to know what's going on with the oil industry so you can adapt your efforts to be better positioned to put your product in good competitive edge with the oil, because we do need replacements for gasoline and petroleum for our cars, for our homes, and for many products. So this is very informative, very helpful to all of us, because we need to conserve more and we need to find alternative sources of energy. I thank you for your time. This is Hal Otero with the Global Trade Chamber saying good day.
I believe we have Kevis with us.
Hi, Kemis.
Hey, what's up, Al?
Hi. We just went through the presentation and we're going to
Okay,
introduce you personally. So just say a few words about yourself. We went to the PowerPoint and a very interesting information.
okay.
So introduce
Um,
yourself and the company.
huh?
Introduce yourself and the company.
Oh, okay. My name is Kavis McCullough, and I'm with Destination International Destination Trading and oil and gas and brokerage.
Excellent. And you're here in Florida.
Yes, I'm located in Florida.
Good.
Um, just starting in the business, and hopefully, we can get things rolling.
Yeah, we just have to let people know that you're there for their information. It's not easy understanding this industry. But also, if they
Yeah,
would
yeah.
like to trade, you can also give them some advice on trading in oil, right?
Yes,
Good, good, good. So that's one of the things that people are always looking for, new opportunities to trade in commodities. And we mentioned that that would be another area you can guide them and help them with.
yes. And yeah, in many different areas like that.
Good.
Anything that's helpful. That's good. Yeah.
It's a great education. Thank you for the information, Kavis, because people don't realize how important oil is for every day. I mean, I didn't realize it was used in 6,000 products. I just found that out.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's very helpful. It's part of the mobile plan. How you get around in your car. So it's very helpful for that.
Yeah, so it's a big part of our society today, even though they're trying to come up with options, but they're not there yet. So we need to conserve, right?
Yes, we do need to conserve.
All right. Well, we appreciate you. Your information is going to be on our YouTube channel, so people can refer to it later. And the presentation will also be there. We appreciate you sponsoring this great program, Kavis.
Okay, I appreciate it, Al.
Okay, you have a great day.
All right, you too.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for watching. And this was a very informative and exciting topic that a lot of information that I didn't know. So very excited. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day on behalf of the Global Trade Chamber. Bye bye.